Girl, I've discovered what I believe to be a beginner friendly way to get yourself through a negative rut and process your emotions. It does require you to have an open mind, but I feel like if you're on my page, we already kind of got that going on over here. Anyways, on my evening walks, I used to start doing this thing where I would physically remove negative energy from my body if something happened on that walk that wasn't favorable. So if I was startled by a car horn or someone mean mugged me or whatever. And I noticed that my current mood really didn't matter as long as I continued to remove this energy. And it's typically over my heart. I do believe it has something to do with the heart chakra, but we're not going into detail on that right now. But for me, my chest is where I feel discomfort. That's where my heartbeat increases. Well, of course, my heart is right there. And so I'm doing this motion. It doesn't have to look like this. It can look like this. It can be whatever resonates with you. But the point just is I have the intention of removing negative energy or upset energy or whatever is making me feel the way I would be currently feeling. It was removing that. It's taking that out of my body. And I didn't have to mentally contribute much at all. I just had to have the intention of removing that energy from my body, and I would start to feel my chest get lighter. And I would do that until my heartbeat went back to its normal pace and I felt like my normal self. I would no longer feel startled or irritated or annoyed or whatever. I would just go back to feeling like my normal self. And this previous walk that I just did, I took that up a notch. On my walks, I freestyle. I'm a dancer. So on my walks, I'm freestyling. And I noticed that I started doing something like this. I think I was like doing something with the beat or something like this. I don't know. And I started thinking or putting the intention of, you know what? I'm taking the energy out. I think I was going this way. I'm taking any negative energy out of my body as if I'm winding it up here. Think of almost like a wheel or a roll or something. Like I'm gathering the energy here that is coming out of my heart. And since I'm freestyling, I did that until I didn't want to do it anymore. And then I literally grabbed it and on beat, of course, because I'm dancing, I like threw that energy. And I couldn't believe how powerful that felt. I couldn't believe how it literally felt like it felt like it was gone. Like in that moment, my body, that energy was gone. That energy vanished. I had a completely different mood. I really wasn't bothered by what was on my mind anymore. I I was like, oh, damn. So then I kept doing it because I'm freestyling. So now I'm coming up with all sorts of creative ways to get this energy out of my body. I'm imagining shaping the energy, and the energy is like shaping it in this way where it can catch wind and then it's like flying off, and then I can still feel it like exiting my body. I swear to God. I was able to imagine shaping the energy in a way where, like, let's say it can catch wind and then tossing it, and I can still feel the energy like leaving with that. I can imagine like grabbing it and like throwing it, and it continues. I could anything that my mind could come up with in the midst of that freestyle worked. And I'm sharing this with you because I'm curious if this would work for other people. Like I think I said this already. I don't know. It reminds me of Reiki. I'm not claiming it is Reiki. I'm not claiming to be a Reiki master. I'm not claiming any of that. But I swear, I feel like I could physically feel, like literally feel, especially when I first tossed it. That had way more oomph than I even intended for it to. It's as if I was holding something a lot heavier than I actually thought I was. So when I threw it, I felt just how much just flew off. I even took it as far as deciding to pour different energy into myself. So I was like, okay, now I'm pouring energy, the feeling of having a bunch of money in abundance. Girl, I was just making stuff up, but I just wanted to share this to see. Try it out, see if it works for you. Next time you're upset, see if you can physically remove the energy. I'm not guaranteeing anything, girl, I'm just trying stuff out. Okay? But I am curious if this would be impactful for other people because, like I said, I didn't have anything in particular that I was mentally trained. This wasn't emotional control or anything like that. I literally was just like, I'm removing this negative energy, and it was gone. Anyways, if this is your first time seeing me, we talk about stuff like this all the time. Self-growth, emotional regulation. I quit my job back in January 2025 and have been just simply documenting the journey. I've learned a lot about myself, and as I learn things, I share it with you. So follow if you're interested.